Happy Money Making Monday.
Money Making Monday. How are you today?
I'm well. I'm well. I love everything we do, but our tech team, they're gonna have to bring my hype song back. Like
That's
I
it.
know that technology, they edit things and change things to make it better,
Yep.
but they're gonna have to bring our song back. Like
I love that. I love that.
Yes. Yeah. Well, hello, everyone.
Mhm.
Welcome back to Money Making Mondays. My name is Quintaria Brunson, and I am a financial strategist committed to showing my tribe strategic ways to leverage your assets, to take advantage of business opportunities, and to build and design the legacy that you desire so that you can live the life that you desire now and leave the legacy that you want in the future. I do that in a whole number of ways. I'm not going to get into all of that now, but I am super excited to continue to have this platform to share winning strategies, financially winning strategies to help our community. And I'm joined by my lovely partner.
Yes, thank you so much, Quintaria. So, guys, if you haven't been here before, my name is Mercedes Coates. I am the CEO and owner of Coatesway Financial. We are a full-scale financial services company where we actually focus on helping you protect your income and your assets for families and business owners. We also show you how to create tax-free cash flow, where you can protect your money from market volatility and also be able to transfer that money into retirement into guaranteed income and also be able to send that tax free to your family when your time is up. Okay. So, very excited to be here also. We're going to dive right into our topic today, but first, we need to talk about our quote.
Yes, let's get into this quote first. So, one thing I will say is I really like this quote because I say all the time things are simple, not easy. Like simple, not
Mhm.
easy. But Albert Einstein said everything should be made as simple as possible, but not
Mm.
simpler. Everything should be made as simple as possible, but not
Mhm.
simpler. So I
Mm.
really love that because I definitely speak a lot to, like, a lot of these concepts are simple. You can make it more complex if you want, but I love his saying on make it as simple as possible, but don't dilute it to the point that you've made it simpler than it's supposed to be. So I want to dig
Mhm.
into today about like what a lifetime benefit plan is, why it's important. Let's keep it simple, but not make it simpler than it's supposed to be, because it definitely can be done, and there's strategies. And one way or another, Mercedes, I feel like regardless of whether people take our advice or they have action towards their goals, they start, they start setting up strategies and implementing strategies in place. You still putting a plan together, baby. It just may not be what you
Yeah.
want, or it just won't be effective or efficient, God forbid, when something happens or when the time comes for you to transition. You still got, like, a plan in place. It is, if it's the plan that you want and the plan that your family would want, the plan that is best for your legacy, but you have a
Mhm.
plan in place. But I'm curious to hear your thoughts on why is it important for us to have a legacy, a lifetime plan, and how do we go about putting something like that together?
Yeah, well, as we know, our life is going to change. I think more than anything now, Quintaria, flexibility is super important, right?
Mhm.
Being able to pivot, being able to sustain in an economy that can be unstable at times and sometimes stable, right? As we change careers, as our children grow up, as we acquire more assets or sell off businesses and things like that, we need flexibility. So when we
Uh-huh.
talk about lifetime income plans or lifetime benefits, we need options that are flexible with our budgets, with our assets, with our growth and our changes. So
Mm-hmm.
lifetime benefits are putting us in position to always have the opportunity to have our health protected if we get sick,
Mm-hmm.
being able to replace our income. Number two, also being able to grab, or I say grab because you can really pull out cash tax free out of these lifetime income plans, right? Lifetime
Yeah.
benefits. And then also, being able to pass on wealth, I think is super important. As we come from generations where most of our wealth, was transferred, it was pretty much
Thank
stolen.
you.
And I think it's important that having these concepts in place, no matter where we are, uh, we can position ourselves to sustain in any changing environment, right?
Mm-hmm.
That flexibility, I think, is so important, and I think a lot of people just don't know it exists. So, guys, yes, lifetime benefit plans do exist. They are permanent for you, whether you are an individual, whether you have a family, whether you are a business owner. Instead of depending on your company, whether it's corporate or private sector, instead of depending on Social Security, you can take your control back. And I talk about that a lot. Taking your control back and taking your livelihood into your hands is the same as living life by design and not by default.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I think
And
it's super
and
important.
and, and I that is the same, like living a life by design. That is something that I heard years ago in a training that I took, and it has stuck with me because
Yeah.
it is so true. One of the things I really want to dig deep into,
Mhm.
because I think our society, our communities need to put their money where their mouth is. I
Yeah.
don't know about you, Mercedes, but I hear people saying all the right things, but they're when you look at their finances, if they're even tracking it, that doesn't speak the same as what they may be saying out of their
Yeah.
mouth. And in our community, we speak a lot about generational wealth, building legacy, and all of that, but we're not doing the actual work in order to make sure that we have that in place. I
Hmm.
and I don't want to bash people or whatever, but I really think that, and for me, you all know that I am serious about 100-year legacy. 100 years from now, the work that I am doing today, the work that I did a decade ago,
Hmm.
it will benefit my future generations, period. you know
Love that.
now,
Hmm.
as I move through, like the rest of my life, the impact that it will have, we'll see what that turns out to be. But it is important to me that I live a life that can benefit my downline, like those who will come after me.
Yeah.
But I don't know what it will take for some people to really, like I said, put their money where their mouth is.
Yeah.
Like our children and our grandchildren, people, we say in our community, we love our children. And maybe it's something that, Mercedes, we've got to unlearn to relearn or something. Loving your child is not buying them a $200 pair of shoes, like
Hmm.
that,
Hmm.
like now putting shoes on your child's feet is, like that. That's one thing. But
Hmm.
how do we get our community to really take action and to stop looking good, pretending to
And
be
actually
good,
be
and
good.
actually being good?
Yeah.
Like for me,
Yeah.
that's, because everything we say here, I hear it all the
Yeah.
time. But when you
Hmm.
scratch just a tad, you ain't even got to dig below the surface. All you
Hmm.
have to do, and I don't know about your conversations, I can ask one or two follow-up questions, and instantly I know whether somebody has their stuff in order, or like, oh no, they playing. And
Yeah.
sadly, more people, it's like, oh no, they're playing, like, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, honestly, a lot of times, when it comes to people actually moving and taking charge, Quintaria, it typically happens when something happens to them. You know, a lot of times they do it after something has happened, or someone close to them, something has happened to them.
Yeah.
So there has to be some type of emotional connection to it. And then also just a readiness. You know, it's really, this conversation is for those individuals who have been researching, have been looking, or wanting
Yeah.
to make a change. That's who this conversation is for. You're not going to be able to reach those who are not mentally ready or responsible enough to do what they need to do.
Understandable.
You just can't do it. You know,
Well,
it has
I'll
to have
say
something
this.
that happens.
With all that is going on now, with the complaints that you hear, you know, like with people in this doom and gloom, you know, mindset, you know, people are unsatisfied with the economy, they're unsatisfied with the political climate, they're unsatisfied with the global atmosphere, you know, and not that you want to intentionally trigger yourself, but I feel like tap in, you know, like it does, don't necessarily wait until a loved one passes away, or you know, like it's something that's so close to home. Sometimes look at the conversations that you're having, look at the things that's causing you mild discomfort, you know.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm definitely not a doom and gloom type person. I'm very optimistic or whatever, but I hear people having these conversations and it's like, what are you doing about it? You know, having a lifetime benefit plan, having your stuff in order, CEOing your life, CEOing your legacy, you know, like playtime is over. We have got to, and even for us, the fact that we just say, look, we just want a 15-minute conversation with you. We just want to have a 15-minute conversation with you to see where you are, what you have going on, and how we can support you. And we can figure out the rest, you know, from there. But so if nothing else, tribe, can we commit to that? You know, like, can we commit to booking a 15-minute consultation just to see if you're on the right track, just to see if how you think you want your legacy to be, you really have those things in place, just to assess whether you really are taking advantage of tax-free and tax-deferred opportunities. Like, you know, and if you can't commit to that, I'm listening.
I want to add something. So let me dispel a myth. So if you're watching this, you know, one of the things that I hear a lot is people say, oh my goodness, I can't afford this. It's too expensive. That's why I haven't had the conversation. If that is your mindset, stop. This concept is absolutely for you. What we do best is we show you how to reallocate what you're already spending. So this is money that's already coming out. And we're going to reallocate that to a place where it's going to benefit you, protect you, give you access to emergency funds and post-retirement funds, all at the same time, and in most cases without spending an extra dollar. Okay. So I wanted to put that out there.
I love the urgency that you said, because I do think that urgency is key, because what happens is we think when things are good, we're kind of chill, we're complacent. Then when all hell breaks loose, and then these options are no longer on the table, it always saddens me, the number of people that, you know, I have a good friend. They're in their early 30s. I think the husband may be 34, 35, was just diagnosed with diabetes, and now they're like, hey, what's up with that life insurance and all? But like, now your situation look different. You know, now, you know, when I've been talking to you all for 2 and 3 years, why does tragedy, you know, or a difficult situation prompt us, you know? For me, the writing on the wall is enough for me, baby. Like, if I can look around and see, like, this is the trajectory that things are heading, I'm going to do my best. I'm human. I don't always get it right, but I'm going to do my best to put myself in position to win, and not wait until I'm in the hospital to say, oh, what's up with that life insurance? You know?
And just to add, as a financial professional, guys, listen, you know, laws change. We may be in a situation where we can potentially go to war. If we go to war, we don't know if they're going to say, hey, we don't know if the insurance companies are going to say, hey, we're not going to accept any new applicants.
And
because
as a business, is it even a smart decision to, like
it's not. Absolutely.
Yeah.
We don't know. Laws change all the time. And as we know, things have changed over the last 30 to 60 days, abruptly, where livelihoods have been uprooted abruptly, right? So, don't wait for things to happen. Let's be a little more proactive.
Yes.
With that consultation, have the conversation to see where you are, to see what's available to you, and then create a plan that makes sense. While you're working with professionals like myself and Quintaria who can help and guide you guys. So this has been a wonderful conversation.
It has.
And it hits close to home. We love you guys so much. This is why we're here every Monday, bright and early, ready to give you guys all that we have, right?
Yes. Yes.
But we appreciate it.
Push that procrastination, kick that procrastination out the window, out the door, or whatever. Book a consultation to explore and start having the conversations. Like, don't just pretend to be good. We want to be good. And the beautiful thing is, we're not going to put you on blast. We're not going to put you on front. Like if we got to get down and dirty or whatever, it is in the privacy, like it's a private conversation. But, like putting one step, taking one step towards your legacy, taking one step towards making sure your family is protected. That is a beautiful thing. And we are super excited to be a part of that with you. This has been another awesome Money Making Mondays. Mercedes, thank you so much for sharing. I look forward to seeing you throughout the week. And as always, another Money Making Mondays episode.
Yep. All right, guys. See you next Monday or